Hello everyone, how good of you to join and welcome to Distant Kingdoms. The game has been released today in early access on Steam and I was very much looking forward to this because it is, well, it first of all is a beautiful game, it is a beautiful city builder and it has lots of similarities to games like Anno, for example. You build up a massive city on two maps that we have right now, so one of the mountains and one of the plains. We are in the plains here right now with a beautiful lake just beside us, and we basically have to build up a big town in a fantasy setting where, well, we can recruit adventurers and stuff like that, where we have to fulfill the needs of my people for them to upgrade, where we have to fight certain dangers and, well, build up a big economy. Everything starts though with a small city center that we have here right now, our realm overview, and as we can see, well, we are human, so there's different racials as well in this game. We are human, we're starting out as humans, and we need to begin now construction of a settlement. We have 500 crescents, which is more or less our currency. We have 0 mana right now. Mana is coming for later in, for example, for shielding our village and also for equipping the heroes with certain well, spells that they can use. We have 50 happiness, which is pretty good considering we don't have anyone in the village right now, and we have 0 residents living here. So let's get cracking. As always, I'm starting with a smaller a major road in the center like this, right? So where we can have then our well, village go out into the outer areas, and the first thing we need to build is a warehouse. The warehouse that we built, I think right in the center, is a good idea. The warehouse is basically where we store all our resources then at some point. One thing. The other thing would be a marketplace. That is something that I would like to have here in the center as well. And the marketplace, well, people can purchase goods here. And the marketplace gets its goods from the warehouse, right? And the industry delivers them to the warehouse, so that we have our first little logistical cycle. The other, well, primary building that we don't have a whole lot. We have lots of ornaments, as we can see, that we can add then later. But what we have is the houses. And the houses is where our first people will be able to live in. And for those guys, well, perhaps let's start with a smaller block of buildings right here in the town center. And then we got the first block. Let's also just have a road all around it to the other side here. And here we close it off, and there we might have a little park then or something right in front or right beside the market, right, where we can have then those things. But let's just watch the little cart here as it is making its way to our house. Of course, crescents, we need to be very careful that we are not overexpanding ourselves. And let's continue here with some roads. And can we still build one more house? That would be amazing. We can. And then we will have now another house then, basically on the other side of this one. We're starting to run low on crescents. I would recommend you build some more houses. Thank you very much for that, my dear orc. I am already doing that. And the first houses appear now in my town center, and thus also the first villagers. They're going now to the market, having a jolly good day, hopefully. And let's just have a look at one of these houses. There's the humans now, and they have certain needs, so the basic needs and the luxury needs. As we can see, the basic needs are being fulfilled right away by the market because they can purchase berries and water. We do have some berries and water in store, so that's what's being fulfilled here. They're also paying taxes according to what needs are, like another similarity to Anno. And we have one luxury good, the bread, right now. Once we have everything, we can upgrade those buildings to higher tier houses. Right, at the moment we only have peasants, and they're of the human faction. Right, the next house is coming up. We have 7 residents now living here. I think this is it though, right? Yep. The first money should be flowing in now, as we can see. So the taxes, they're paying taxes then for us, as they should, of course, because if they don't pay taxes, then, well, we are not going to have a pleasant day with them. The next house does require though a bit more crescents. I would like to build it then here to finish off this block that we have there already. And there we have the money for it. Let's build the next house, and let's also finish this whole thing with a road then right here, where people can then also go around this block. Very good. So there we have our first little village now growing up. That's of course not everything that we need to do. So let's have a look at our research tree, and that is quite big, as we can see. So there's lots of tech awaiting us, and it gets really complex later on. And this is an early access game, so I think this is really hilarious how much there is already. Resource working is our first tech that we have. This will unlock us the lumberyard with wood, the water well with water, and the gatherer hut with berries. What we need for that? We need to start a warehouse, a marketplace, and 10 residents. Let's put the focus on it so we can exactly see what's happening. There's the next one. Perfect. And we only need one more now. I think there's actually 2 fitting in there. There it is. And thus we have finished it right away. Let's go into the tag once again and unlock it. And there we have it. Next up would be the crop farming then, right, already. The stone mining and also the mid-density peasant house. That's right, there are certain density levels for all of these houses. Low density it is right now. It goes to mid and even high density zones then as well. Kind of like reminds me of quite some other city builders out there. Now, let's have a look. Crescents, we really don't have a lot. The lumberyard costs me 50 crescents, the water well costs me 40, and the gatherer hut costs me 50 once again. We need them, of course, ASAP. Let's have a look at the storage. We have enough water and berries and a bit of wood still, but of course this is getting depleted now by my people living here. And a beautiful soundtrack in the background. Now 30 crescents it is. I would like to go for lumber, of course, because lumber is the basis for everything else then, right? Berries and water we have plenty of right now. Oh, berries is going down already. 14. We might need to hurry up there. But it does cost me 25 wood, and this costs me... Oh, this doesn't cost wood. Very good. So those 2 we can build then right away. Another thing while we wait for a bit of money to flow in is we can't build everywhere right now. We can only build in this small area. Everything else is red to us at the moment. What's up with that? Well, when we look at the world overview, there we are right now. So there is a huge world awaiting us, and we can unlock all of these other things then by, well, expanding over there with tech and with fulfilling certain demands. But right now we're only confined to this space. Look at how big the place is. There's also some dungeons over there where our heroes can then travel later on. Bear in mind, I don't think we control the heroes ourselves. They are just, you know, like every other citizen, but just doing their hero stuff. Well, you know, you get the idea. Let's build the lumberyard. The lumberyard, of course, needs some wood in its surroundings, so I think this is a good spot here. And let's place the good thing. I think it also will need, of course, a road. There it is. And boom, the lumberyard. The lumberyard will need 3 employees. It is not working anyhow at the moment because the workers still need to get over there. It can also plant trees. Right now it's actually planting them, and it's hopefully producing something for us rather sooner. And beautiful buildings, isn't it? I'm really digging the art style. So there's that. 3 employees we already have. The next goal I already have is residence 10 small warehouse. Oh, we have that. So I can dismiss this objective that we just had. Look at all these details. People are actually also talking to each other on the streets while they wait for something to happen. Not a whole lot is happening right now. We only have really one workplace. It is producing though. As we can see, the lumber is coming in now. We actually don't see anyone chopping down the trees though. I would love that. And we're close to 50 crescents. Let's go for the gatherer hut. So this one here does require berries. Down here we have them, right? So there is a little deposit where we can have the berry or the gatherer's hut. And how should we build this one? I guess so. Right? Because then we can just have the road, even though the road's going to be expensive. Oops. Probably like that. There we have the road. Perfect. And it's still within our range. The gatherer hut, of course, will also require some people in it again that need to work here. There we have it. 2 employees. They can also work on that now. And, well, hopefully get us some berries out of it because we are running low. We are, in fact, out of berries at this point. So they still have something in store. But, of course, we need to hurry up there. So hopefully we get some berries over there. Ah, there it's coming already. Perfect. While all of that thing is happening and we wait for a bit more crescent to come in, as we can see also the berries is now piling up again. Perfect. Of course, a very important aspect of every city builder is statistics, and this game is offering some. That's a very good thing. There we have them, the realm overview, and as we can see, we have 10 humans right now in our little settlement here. 7 of them are peasants. They can work then on the fields, for example. There's also some pending immigration happening, so there's 11 people waiting. If I built them some houses, they would move in, right? So I can't endlessly spam houses. At some point, there's just no people moving in anymore, so I need to be careful to always have a look at my immigration. There's no emigration at the moment. That's good. For economy, we have a monthly balance of +2 for the Crescents right now. Peasant pay me 20 taxes, but I already pay 18 in maintenance, right? So that shows me, I probably will need to build more houses now. No manor as of yet, and the resources that we can see. Perfect. So let's build us the next huts. So I can still, yes, very good, squeeze in 2 more huts in this corner, and probably over here then as well. Oh, and there we are outside of our realm. So here at just along the main road. And another house. Hello there, pay me some taxes because we are running out of money. And as we can see now, the tax rate is actually going up. The monthly balance is +6, but of course my consumption will also go up again. Let's build just the next house right away because we can afford it. We can afford now more houses in a shorter period of time. This one, and just behind it we probably will also have a few houses. They already have some gardens in there, so I don't feel bad about just plopping the next street in there. After all, we don't have a whole lot of space there right now. I can still have another road here then in that area. Very good. Of course, this one here remains our main road, as we can see. And here I could then have another block of houses. And I would really like to have just a small garden in there once we can afford that. I think it's rather expensive, right? Oh, it costs me 20 crescents. Each one of these ornaments that we have there, flower garden, quite expensive, but pretty too. But that's for later, once we can afford to invest a bit. Right now, I would invest all my money into more houses to get more taxes out of it. So there we have another one. And we might make this one full then, right? So like that, and there we can then have the next house right away. Also this one, perfect. And this should of course have a very positive impact, very good on our balance. I don't think there's a consumption overview though, so I can't see how much I produce and how much I consume, right? So I always have to have a close look. The berries are still going up quite dramatically. The same goes with the wood, but the water is going down now, so a well is important. And yes, actually this is where this whole center is coming into play, because we still need the well, and let's place one right there. And hello, there is some water now for my people. Actually needs an employee. What I can see right now is there's also some upgrades that we can do then. If we have the money, we could increase the efficiency, make the building bigger by also employing more people and stuff like that. Ah, very good. And my little humans are already on the way, getting the water. More taxes means more houses that I can spam. Let's just do this. Another block here, perhaps. And then I would probably also like to have here another. We could have a smaller block than here, right? Like that. This could work out. Not a very pretty sound there every time I build a house. Sounds like something is exploding. Ah, I cannot fulfill my road here because we're out at the end of my area. Ah, but the money is really flowing in now. Berries as well and water as well, so I don't feel bad about spamming more buildings. Can I also remove roads? Just as easy as I can build them. There we have that. And I would like to have some more houses than here in this area. Right, so 2 more we can still squeeze in. And as we can see, it's getting quite busy in the village now. Lots of people are going about their business, doing what, getting jobs done, going to their workplaces, getting resources from point A to point B, or just going shopping, or just standing around and chatting with each other. Stuff like that, whatever is happening in that village here. Now, money's really flowing in at this point. I'm happy to see that. So we have a positive balance of 28, and my resources are also looking rather stable. I think let's go for the next tech, right? There is the flour. With the crop farming, we can then unlock the bread that we're going to need, and we already have everything here, right? So we can actually unlock this one right away, and then we have then the baking. On the other hand, we do have the stone mine with the stone, so mining, and let's just also unlock this one here too. Nothing else after this for now. Iron, I can see here, coal, fruit farming, another citizen tier. Oh, exciting, exciting. Crop farm is my next target. Well, let's actually set the focus on that so I know what we need for the bread. Lots of stuff now, as we can see. This one we've unlocked. Yep, this one we've unlocked, and it's the baking now. For the bread, for the stone, actually, let's just have a quick look, because we got now lots and lots of new buildings available, as we can see. And I guess we need, there we have it. What do we have here? This is stone, right? So there's some stone. There's stone here on the hills that we can use then. Yep, overall looking fine. So let's build a road up there. Once again, where should we go from here though? There I can have another main road. So I don't think I will have the gather hut there for for too long anymore, because it is rather close to the main city already. This is far away though. Let's just have a look. The stone mine, right, has a huge radius, as we can see. So it takes every stone that we have in its vicinity going there then. It still shouldn't be too far away though, of course. Yeah, let's have it over there though. After all, it's the mining business, and it's loud and dirty over there. Since we're very close to the mountains up there then as well, let's build us this building here. So it does have then everything in its... Not snapped on a resource. Oh, I see. It needs to be right on the resource, right? We can't build it beside it. We need to build it on top of it, like this. Alrighty, so we do need the road going over there after all. Like so. So we do need to have a direct connection. And this is where we open up then the mining coming in. And the other one would be the crop farming. So this is, well, getting us some crop. Now the question is, how can we go for the next terrain? Because it's getting a bit tight in here, right? Crop farming up there would be fine, I guess. But I will probably have to move it then at some point. So there's another road, and then we will probably up here have our crop farm, our very first. And as we can see, there's also the surrounding area, having the first one here, or close to that. Let's have it close to this mill here, or miner, right? So there's the first two of them, and then what we still need for this one will be the mill. We're starting to run low on crescents. I would recommend you build some more houses. How's that? Do we lose that much money? Oh, what? Minus 62 by what? What's going on here? The maintenance is only 6. 3, 7 for the warehouse. Tool. Oh, construction. Okay. Yeah, sure. It's going down because I was constructing quite a lot. No problem though. Let's continue with a few more houses then. So we can still add another house over there. And I would also like to have another house then here. After all, resources are still fine. And there's the mine. Perfect. 6 people can actually work in this one, producing us the stone that we need. It's quite a long distance though. And over here, the crop farm is coming up. I'm really digging the music. It's beautiful. Let's just have a look. Grain. Yes, the grain is now. We have 7 people working in here. So they all are peasants, of course. They all have their own name, as I can see right now. Mara Taylor, Dania Cox, and Chas Weber are working here. And thus also the first crops are coming over there to my little town here. We still, however, before we can, well, really build something here, we need to place the fields, just like, you name it, in Anno, for example. So those fields, as we can see, we can have then quite a few of them close by. So that also means, as what I can see right now, 6 fields we can have in one of them, that I can actually build several of them close together, right? So we don't actually need to have, I could have this like so. 2 here, is that possible? That's not possible, alright. Let's delete that one again. And just build them side by side. We have 6. Nah, this is not the one that I wanted. There it is. So we should still have enough place here for another crop farm that can then work here as well, right? That's fantastic. I love that. So we can place the fields on ourselves, and thus I can have more of them in the same radius. And now also the crops is coming. We have also finished our first or next tag, which is the baking. We built the crop farm. So that means I need to go for the baking, and we can unlock it. Very good. Our first resource industry, I should say, because right now we only have some resource production really, but now we can process that into something else. And for that I will probably need my own little industry district, and why not just have it over there, right, where we already have the lumber mill. I will have my city then, I guess, down here, and here we do have then a bit of industry as well. Perhaps we will still have something. First of all, I could squeeze in another house there then later. Oh, and we've run out of berries. We need to plant more berries. There they are. Very good. So we can actually build the gatherer hut somewhere else. I want to do that because it's absolutely in the way here, but we can replant them. Beautiful. That's fantastic. So let's go for the industry sector that I want, and that would be the windmill. Let's actually have the windmill by the crop farms. Just makes sense to have it here, right? And then also the bakery, and this can actually be more in the center again. We have the warehouse here, so it makes sense to me to have these buildings close to the warehouse then somewhere. Let's build one for now and just wait what happens, if that is enough. This is then, by the way, our first luxury good that we produce, the bread. And the bread then will hopefully, they will pay us more taxes with that, and then we can also upgrade them, because I don't see anything else here. Yes, and what we can do in the process while we wait for that windmill, have the gatherer hut somewhere else. And I would like to have it a bit further up here where no one can see it, or, well, closer to the forest, right? And then we can get rid of this one here. And there's the mill. A glorious, beautiful building. Yes. Fantastic. There's also 4 people now working in that, and they process, of course, the grain to flour. Now, can they deliver that right away to it? No. Oh. Flour. Oh no. Okay. What I can see right now is, I think at least, they're going first to the warehouse, and then this guy here needs to get the grain from the warehouse. And okay, so we do need another warehouse then here. No problem. The gatherer hut, let's plant the berry bushes. So I can now get rid of this one here. Boom. And now we have more space for more buildings and more houses. Like this. Fantastic so far. Our town is growing. I love that a lot right now. Beautiful graphics too. And we are still in the very early game here. What do we do with berry bushes now? I have no idea. Okay, so what's happening in our warehouse? As we can see, there is now some flour in here. No, there's actually grain. There's grain in here. Okay, the grain and the flour uses the same... It seems like the same symbol, right? But we're producing it now, as we can see. So it's being produced, and then my bakery should hopefully start producing some bread. And there's actually people waiting already here doing something. And yeah, we have something some empty space there. So this is where we could have some smaller ornaments. Ah, look at that. Pretty as can be. So we have these 2 ornaments there and the entrance. Why not? Something like that. And we could also do the same thing for the well then, to make our little town more beautiful. Cool stuff, cool stuff. I hope you enjoyed this one as much as I do, and then we'll continue here. Stay tuned.